Hello and welcome to Trends Wave Global. I am Bayero Agabi. Trends Wave Global unearths, skills of individuals from the youth to the upwardly mobile society to ensure that we are able to put all this together to grow our enterprise in Africa and the global sphere. Today we are discussing a topic that I know that has become a Herculean task to parents and children alike, and that is parenting in a digital age, the issues that comes with it, the opportunities and the challenges. Before I let you know the those that are with me to do justice to this, I must not fail to let you know that in today's digital world, a lot of issues have come to play, from skills development to knowledge to studies and also to even our traditional sphere has been infiltrated by digital transformation. So I have in the studio, I'm going to let them say who they are so that I do not mother their names. Okay? Uh, I'm Bayero Agabi. So to my left, they say women first so that we can survive.
Okay, good morning. My name is Fumilola Victoria Omojola, FNCS, FIL. I'm the founder and CEO of Rise of and Sparkle Initiative and also the Vice President in Nigeria Women in Information Technology. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so
All right. My name is Samuel Fatola, and I am the founder of Destiny Mandate Solution. I'm a counselor, I'm an editor, a content writer, and a project manager. Thank you.
okay, welcome guys. So now the everything is set. The conversation is set. Let me start from Fatola. You are a counselor. That's why I'm starting from you. When we're growing up, if your parents say don't do this, that is what you should not do. And so you follow those tracks as laid by your parents. Today we see kids return from school and it's just them and their phones. Screen time has become an issue. They tend to rely on their friends in Korea, even though they're in Nigeria. So those have become issues of challenge to parenting. So, what has been your experience?
All right. Thank you, dear host. Well, when it comes to the issue of the digital age, the truth of the matter is we cannot overemphasize the fact that we're in the digital age. We have to accept it. We must come to terms with it. So whether you want to deny it or you want to accept it, we must come to terms with the fact that we are in the digital age and it will influence everything we do, including parenting. What exactly is parenting in the first place? Parenting has to do with the process of nurturing and guiding and raising a child from infancy to adulthood so that they can actually fulfill their potential. So a parent is not a sperm donor. A parent is someone that is responsible for the raising of a child from infancy to adulthood. So back to the subject of screen time. The truth is, personally, and with the experience of some of my friends, I know that screen time is one of the ways you distract a child from disturbing you. So the truth is, children, especially toddlers, have a lot of things they want to do, throwing tantrums here and there, and all of that. And the truth is, in order to just distract them so that you can focus on some other things you want to do, you just on the cartoon for them so that they can, and all of that. Some of them, they use tab, they use phones, they use the television and all of that. So the truth is, they're exposed to it. And it has a lot of good effect and the other side of effect. So what I mean by that is, for example, someone that watches the television too much, it has been proven also by research that it produces something we call insomnia. The person will struggle to sleep, and then it can also damage some part of the brain. What I mean by that is the person may not be able to think accurately when you spend too much time with the TV and with screen time. So the proper thing I think a parent should do, and what I've been doing, is to set boundaries. So what I do is, particularly, I say, okay, from this time to this time, you can have access to it. Because, of course, there are a lot of things to learn using the digital space and all of that. So I wouldn't, because of the side effect, then cut away the impact, the positive impact of screen time completely. So I would expose them, but then set boundaries. So I think what parents can do, and what I've been trying to do personally also, is to set healthy boundaries and to make sure that at least between this time and this time you can watch, and after that, and also beyond that, make sure you understand what they are watching. Because what they are watching, a lot of times, what I think parents are doing right now, parents are losing their children to screen time. What that means for me is the fact that there is a battle between you and the digital world. So, and the challenge is, who will not be parenting better? Is it you or the television? So a lot of children are being parented now by the television, not by their parent. So in order not to get to that extreme end, it's important for us to set enough boundaries in timing and then what they digest when they're watching.
Most of them might even go from television to their tabs or their phones. They just greet you, "Daddy, how are you?" from school, and then you go straight into their room and on the phone for another 2 or 3 hours, and then they are consulting someone else who they think, perhaps, cope well with them, understands where they are coming from than you. They will be fine. I have a situation where a son told me that you are just an African father. Okay, so what do you do in that kind of situation? Because the children are becoming smarter than their parents. And so if you say the parents should manage their screen time or perhaps set boundaries, how do the parents of these days even set the boundaries that they don't know? And the children seem to know better than their parents.
Thank you very much. I think I heard a very, very important statement some times ago. And it says that the literate or the illiterate of the 21st century is not someone that cannot read and write, but someone that cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I think parenting is both an act and an art. What that means is it's something to do and something to learn. So what that means for especially 21st century parents is the fact that we need to learn, we need to relearn, we need to unlearn. There are certain things, for example, there are codes that children use these days that if care is not taken, you'll be lost.
You'll be lost in their
2 or 3 children are talking in your presence and they're using all sorts of manners of codes and you are completely lost. You don't even know anything. So what that means is that a parent should also invest in knowledge. Because if you don't speak their language, you cannot understand what they're saying. So what that means is, as a parent, you must actually invest in learning too. For example, the digital space. It's going to be an aberration for a parent in this digital age to now say, no, I don't do phone, I don't do tabs, I don't do that. So what do you do? Because that's where the current world is sending your children to. So you need to know what's up with them. You need to know how to handle these tabs. You need to know how to handle the phones. You need to know, how to communicate with them. Far be it from parents who will now say that I'm not on WhatsApp. How? I don't know. I don't understand what TikTok means. So you need to definitely immerse yourself in knowledge of what is in vogue.
Yes. Okay. There are some people who still believe that the antichrist of the 21st century is the internet. And you still have your children going on that internet, whether you agree or not. Okay, especially in Nigeria, we give our children smartphones in Nigeria, even though in America that is restricted, or in other climates also is restricted. But children of like 12, 13, you see them in schools with, smartphones. But in Nigeria, there is no such restriction. So the children can go to school with smartphones, and the teachers won't be tied any teacher who seizes the phone of a big man's child. So those are some of the things that are very common across our schools, today. what are your fears? What are your fears and your experience been?
Okay, thank you, host. Like, I have children, my children are 18, 23, 26. Yeah. And my fear, most time, I allow them with their phones. Once in a while, I just bump into their room and try to, what are you doing on your phone? I say, you know that the internet is so wide. Please, I just want to plead with you. I cannot come and be picking your phone at every point in time. But please do the right thing. You know, because there's no way you can do it. They will lock themselves in the room and they will just be browsing and browsing and browsing, you know, and be doing a whole lot of things. So the fact remains that parents will just need to be, you know, on standby and also pray for these children so that they don't misguide. Like the story that we had recently, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, about that boy that, you know, the artificial intelligence was telling him to go and commit suicide, and they lost that child. You understand? It's like the parents, definitely they know that this guy is always in the room with his phone, and maybe they don't know what he's doing. So what we need to do as a parent now is for us to be more vigilant and talk to our children, because what they want to do is in their mind and they will do it. There's no harm, but we guide them rightly and we let them know the right thing to do.
But how do you guide someone who knows more than you?
Okay, like
because these children, they know what their parents these days. So how do you guide them?
Like what he said, we parents, we need to be on our toes and find a way to also learn and relearn and learn about all this digital literacy, so that even when they are doing all this and they are speaking these their languages and these their codes, you can say, so this is what you meant.
So that means the parents must be intentional about it.
Yes.
Because otherwise they will tell you, oh, my head is full, I'm looking for school fees, I'm looking for how to pay, house rent and all that. So where will I have the time to take a look what my child is doing?
Like, maybe we need to start throwing an advocacy about that. Intentionality. Parents need to be intentional about this, because these children, they are ahead of us. Either we like it or not, they are ahead of us.
Do you think it's going to have a likely, maybe boomerang effect on society if it continues like this?
Already it has, sincerely speaking. Now, check TikTok, because they know they make more money on TikTok. You see a young child, 16, 17, dancing, almost naked, half naked, in the room. And the parent is not there just because they want more views. They are online there because they have access to phone, they have access to all the social media, and their parents are not there. And already it's there. My niece, she was in school, and she was taking what's it called? Shisha. Yes, and she put it on TikTok. And put it on her status.
What boldness.
Yes. And she was dancing almost half naked. Immediately before our grandma saw it, and we had to find a way to pull it down. She was trying to enjoy herself. And we didn't even know that she was doing that on her own.
Most of them don't even see that as wrong anymore.
Yes.
Because they think that is the new norm.
Yes.
We need to make money. Now, when I check Facebook, like this morning I checked Facebook, they're sending me, is it $22? How many $0.22 that I made? I say, wow, what is on TikTok? You know how much you're going to make on TikTok? TikTok is giving, is monetizing them so well. So they prefer to go on TikTok and to do all this writing that people, they will have more views. So they are there. And you as a parent, you are there looking for money, okay, how to pay school fees and everything. So
traditionally looking for money.
And you know what? What did they also do? They will not block you.
On social media.
They will block
you will not see them.
You will not see them.
You don't
so
know what they are
what do
doing.
you now need to do? Find a way to sit them down and talk to them.
You can only talk to them about what you know, because if they have blocked you, you wouldn't know what they are doing. So let me come this way. Let me come this way. Is there any skill gap or any kind of skill that you think the parents specifically that they should know, to help them unlearn and relearn those new skills, so that if not at par with their children, but they get to an appreciable level that they are able to communicate and then do those things or manage their children? Because someone has said that if we do not moderate the cyberspace in Nigeria, it will moderate us.
All right, thank you. It's a serious, dicey situation we have found ourselves currently, and it saddens the heart sometimes when you see a lot that is going on. I see that the value system of the society is falling down a lot, as in people don't even know the difference between right and wrong any longer.
Absolutely.
A lot of children just do all sorts of manners of things, and especially because the people they look up to, who are making the TikTok money, like she said, they don't care. They can do all sorts of manners of things, go naked, do all sorts of manners of stuff and things like that. So they look to them as their new role model, no longer their parents.
Yeah.
So, for example, the traditional value of communication is almost completely out of most homes now.
So just to embellish your response, I was moderating event in Abuja very recently, very massive event. In fact, Nigeria Police at 70. We had over 2,000 people seated and all that. I asked just one question. They were all, maybe about 98% of them women. And I said, if any one of you is proud of what he or she sees on the social media space, please raise your hand. Not one hand. But if you propose that the social media space in Nigeria should be regulated, everybody will come against you. That is just to embellish your response. So continue from.
Thank you. So I was going to say that the subject of communication is fizzling out of many homes, fizzling out of parenting completely. So people are not in touch with their children any longer. We don't have that safe space where, when I was growing up and learning parenting, because parenting has to be learnt. It's not, I give birth to a child, I have 2 children now, so I'm a parent. No. There is that part of it that is an act, like I said, but there is another part of it that is an heart, something you have to learn. You have to learn how to parent the children of this digital space. So when we were growing up, it's one of the things that we learned that, for example, there should be a time where everybody in the family sits down and, you're asking yourself questions, Daddy, what of this? And then you can transfer some of your values, some of the lessons you have learned in life, you can transfer it to them. But as we speak right now, that is no longer. But what I think we can do actually is we can still achieve the same thing with a different strategy. And I think that parents should start thinking in that direction. For example, we can have a WhatsApp group. We can have, some other forms of groups like that is also within the digital space where we can actually have such kinds of meetings. And it is enforced within the family system that everybody should attend this meeting like that. I think it was Priest Fowowe that was mentioning some times ago that it's important for every family to have a time in a week where, everybody come together and you put your phones aside. But can we put our phones aside? Can we truly put our phones aside? Husbands are they are no longer knowing their wives again. Wives are no longer knowing their husbands again.
We attended the conference in Abuja, the former Sheraton, now Continental Abuja. So it was an IT event and all of that, so fintech event. And I was standing with about 5 CEOs. I don't know what came to me, and then I just asked the question. I said, Oga, if you forget your phone, at home, if you are going out and you suddenly forget, remember that you forgot your phone at home, will you leave the phone until you get back home, or you immediately return home? The man just thought like this. He said, yeah. That means the thing was sinking. I was saying it. He said, hey, my brother will go home.
Very key. I'm not sure we can do away with our phones. A lot of investment has gone into our phones, our tabs, and all of that. And I'm not sure we can do without it.
And we have become dependent
We are so. And someone even said that, I mean, if he was talking from a faith-based understanding now, if Jesus was alive, definitely he's going to be on TikTok. He's going to be on Facebook. It's the truth. Because every generation you find yourself in, you make sure you use the technology they are using to reach the people that you want to reach.
Yeah.
So if you don't use it, you will not be able to get there. So what I'm saying is, for example, the first skill every parent should return back to is the skill of communication. Can we talk? Can you and your child have heart-to-heart conversations? Even if it's on phone, it's fine. Even if it's on WhatsApp, fine. WhatsApp call, it's fine. But can you talk? Find a means of talking. Talking has been taken away from parenting, and it's not so good, because some of the transferable lessons that we're supposed to actually transfer to these children is no longer there. And it's funny that we are now having people who are bolder but emotionally unstable.
Yeah, that is the way it is now. What we find out is that a child is angry at home, and he walks away from the parents. And the mom will walk to the father and say, Junior is angry. Let's go and see him. So, and that means Junior is in charge of the home. He moderates and directs the home where to go. Whereby before now, when the father or mother is angry, the child will have to find a way, even call an uncle to come and speak to the parents. But now the thing, a lot of things have changed. Let us now take a look at clearly the impact of social media on our children and their parents. Has it been something that you're proud of?
Well, let's say 50-50. Because, for example, when we talk about WhatsApp is social media, parents can be able to, reach their children at times, communicate. For example, if we have children abroad, you can do a WhatsApp, video call to check on the child, even from time to time. Let me see, where are you? It might not be 100%, at least with that, because of social media. So if you take away that aspect, you'll just be calling, where are you? Okay, I'm in my room, and whereas the boy is in the club or something. So that's why I can't take away the fact that social media has no good
They
side
can
effects.
actually kill the sound at the background and put a bed and a pillow.
Then what you will do, you will call them, unannounced.
Then we quickly just put it on before they pick it. And change the background to show you that he's sleeping.
You are very correct. But the menace that social media has caused in our society is so bad that now on like I mentioned, that TikTok, that one even scared me so much. Because even on Facebook still regulates all those kind of nudity and all, verbal things. But TikTok is not regulated at all. You can do anything on TikTok, whereas YouTube is also a bit regulated. And now, X-rated videos, porn sites, it's not. It's easier. It's easy to access.
The tap of a finger.
Online, and most of these children, they have access to it, and they go there and they try to see what is happening on all of these sites. So the social media aspect, if I have my way, I will pray that the Nigerian government should find a way to regulate the social media.
So before we go to the government, is that why we now have a lot of cyberbullying online?
Yes.
Because a lot of children are online and all of that.
Yes, a lot of cyberbullying, and because they know that some of these children, some of them, they are naive, and before you know it, they can pretend, okay, I am this, I am that. Oh, okay, you want this, and most of these children are young girls that want iPhone 17. Before you know it, they will just if you can come to Lagos from Abia, if I can come to Lagos, don't worry, you get the Abia iPhone 17 and all of this,
So how do you think government can come in?
Okay, the government, what they need to do, first of all, they have through NCC, I think so. I think they are the one that are regulating this. So they need to find a way to work on maybe for example, from the IP address as well first, to make sure that there's a way they clean that, okay, social media.
IP address tells you the location,
Yes.
but it does not disclose the content of the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, you are very correct.
Yes.
Maybe now it might be very risky. Our conversation now should be, the government should have access to it. I mean, maybe they should have access to it. So by the time we know that all our conversations now, the government have access to it, I think maybe that one everybody will try to reduce, the kind
What about the privacy concern?
privacy concern. Okay, digital privacy. You are very correct. Wow. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, but we need to find a way around it. The government need to find a way. Maybe there should be a kind of a forum. Government being intentional about this, bring people together, and let's see how we can. We cannot even decide as we are seated now. But when we maybe can have a forum that government can bring some people together, expertise together, parents, together, and say, let's see how we can try solve this problem of these social media menace, in the society. I think it's
So,
working.
in what areas do you think government can come in terms of regulation?
I think I'll go with her. I'll go with what she said, because I know that in Australia last year there was a regulation and some forms of ban put on, especially those that are not yet teenagers, and so there is a limitation to what you can do on your phone and things like that. So it will not just open up for you once it tracks the fact that you are this particular age and all of that. So I think if we have that, maybe it will reduce a little bit, because how on earth will a 12-year-old child, 10-year-old child be exposed to all sorts of manners of things, and already they are addict of certain habits that it took some of our parents years to even try to learn it, not to talk of master. Now a 10-year-old child is a master, is a grandmaster in such addictions.
Maybe I just added to embellish your response. Like in Ethiopia, you cannot make a call that is a WhatsApp call. Same thing with Dubai. Okay, maybe in Russia and so many other, Moldova and so many other countries. But China, when you get to China, they have their own Facebook, WeChat and all of that. So, but in spite of all of this regulation, they don't even call it moderation, regulation. People still love to go to those countries. It means that when you regulate properly, it will not stop people from coming into your country and do business in your country.
Yes.
Okay. But in Nigeria, when you come up with the world regulation, who comes against you? The NGOs. I don't know who is funding them. They will say, okay, you're killing our privacy or whatever, voice for communication and all of those things. It's the fundamental right to communicate through whichever way or means or something like that. But I have had a situation where I said government should call all the platforms together, Facebook and the rest of them, and tell them, with the Ministry of Culture and all that, we have our value system as a country. Draw them up. So if you see anything on your platform, do not let it up. If it comes up, because like in Dubai, you can come up, you can upload a naked woman, but it will not come up. You can try, but it will not come up. So we can have such things in Nigeria. You don't need to come out or announce it or something like that, but just a conversation, with those network holders and owners. So,
but then I want to also think about something that, are there clear-cut values that the society and as a nation we stand by, and is deeply rooted in the hearts of the people that we know that these are our values? Because, for example, I know that probably we might still get to the subject of role modeling. Who are the role models?
The role model.
Is it the same, permit me for the lack of a proper use of word, the same agbayas? I'm sorry to say, but people who do the things that you are condemning. Because the truth is, you want to be a role model to me. I will not just listen to what you say. I will watch what you do. So proper role modeling is not just giving people instruction. Listen, I want to. No, they are watching you. So a situation where some of the people in government and power are doing abominable things. And then where are the values? Do we have them clearly stated? Do we have clear-cut values that our nation stands by? That we can know that down to primary school, nursery school, we know that as a nation, these are our values. That was why in America, when they wanted to take away the Ten Commandments, those times, they had to return it back because it was helping the children. Thou shalt not, because they wanted them to be ruled by some certain guidelines. So what are those guidelines in this nation especially? Where are those values? Do we have them? Are they clear-cut? Are they clearly stated?
They are just in our minds because we don't have them as tools of control anymore. Because as it is today in Nigeria, we all know that those value systems are evaporated. They're no longer there.
But I think it's workable. You know why? All of a sudden, they asked us to start going back to our national, what's it called? The old
anthem.
Our national anthem.
That anthem is better than what
It's not even about that.
Okay.
They just woke up and said we should go back to that anthem. And before you know it, we comply. It means that if the government is intentional about these values, then they can impose this.
Yes.
So all we just needed is those people up there.
So
they need something need to reset their brain.
This is an opportunity for you to call out National Education Agency, the Ministry of Arts and Culture. So it's your opportunity now to call them out.
Okay, so National Orientation Agency, we are calling out. You need to do something about these our values. Let's go back to the basis so that we see how we can stop all these social media nonsense that is happening all in our country, especially to help our children. The future of this country. The future of this country. I'm scared.
This is Africa. This is Nigeria.
We have seen that China did not throw away their culture, even though they are advancing in technology. So I think we can borrow from that.
Is history back to the curriculum now? History?
Yes.
Have they brought it back?
I'm not so sure about that actually.
They are talking about it.
No one is too sure. They
are
can bring it tomorrow and all of that.
They are talking about it because there's no history again. No history.
Okay, so let us now take a look at the skills, both for the children and for the parents. What do we do to ensure that we bring about that equilibrium where the father or the parents knows as much as what the children knows? Otherwise, all of it we are talking about here is just words for the air.
For me, it's for the parents to be ready to learn. There are a lot of websites, apps out there.
Where the parents are not ready to learn, I think government can play a stabilizing role when you see the children online going the other way, because most of the children, on this platform where you are going to register, they will ask you, are you 18? And most of the children lie. They will say yes.
So there's no any way that you can know if they're 18 or not.
So and then it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on everywhere.
So I think if we're truly intentional about it, we can know. Because at least when a child is born, you register that child. There is an NIN registration currently, and definitely it carries the date of birth of that child. And I just think that as a nation, we are not doing enough, honestly. If we are intentional about these things, we'll get to the root of it. How does a person enter the United States of America and you will not be tracked? How? Who born you? With all due respect. Who born you?
Unless they just want to leave
you. Understand? Yes. And even leaving you alone, after sometimes there is a tracking system for you. But in this nation, just anybody can enter at any time, So we are not intentional about using this same technology that we are complaining about, using the positive side of it to bring balance in the nation. If we are truly, truly intentional, I think there is a way we can. For example, currently, there is something called BVN, right? So what that means is all of your accounts can be linked in just one number and we can see everything. So if we can do that, then we should be able to do that too. That at the mention of the NIN of a child, you see everything about the life of that child. If we are intentional, people will comply. It may be difficult at the beginning, but as time goes on, we will all comply. Because, I mean, it's a lot going on currently.
But the NIN does not, you are talking about making references to maybe social security number. The NIN does not work like the social security number. The NIN is just an identifier that you live in Nigeria, period.
Okay.
The social security number goes into your accounting system, your behavioral pattern, the places you go, where you don't go, and all of those things. So they are able to put everything together and then sum you up to know the kind of person that you are. But the NIN stop at knowing that you are a resident in Nigeria, whether you are Nigerian or not. That is just it. So I think it has to be upgraded.
Yes, sir.
You know, and then find a way, you know, of putting all of the data units that we have, you know, because we have different portals that are individualistic of themselves, you know. So quite a lot to be done. But still on the issue of skills. So let us now talk about digital transformation and the benefits in it as we begin to wind down gradually.
Okay.
You know, we have spoken so much about the good, the bad, and not so ugly about children and parenting in a digital age. But let us now talk about digital transformation. You know, the benefits that are inherent that parents can encourage their children to do, because we are beginning to see kids who are at 22, they are CEOs.
Yes.
Some of them are even millionaires, some are
millionaires.
Yes. Yeah. So, can you speak to that?
All right. Let me start with the first benefit, and for me, is education. You see, education has gone beyond the four walls of a classroom, and so you can be in Nigeria and then attending a conference, or attending a class in the US. You can earn a certification. For example, I've earned a certification from Google, from IBM, and all of that, right in the four corners of my room, just with my digital gadgets, just, learning and all of that. So I think we can encourage children to pursue their dreams, pursue their ambitions, instead of just wasting time on social media. For me, social media is like a two-edged sword. It has the good side, it has the bad side. But can we encourage them to focus on the good side? And part of it is education. Education, learn skills. For example, the project management, business analytics, data analytics. There is AI engineering currently, and many, many more that can be learned. There are so many things that can be learned. And beyond just learning something for certification, you can even learn other skills, other skills, computer skills, and other even cooking skills. I know a particular person that put up a training, cooking skills training. I think during COVID, she made money. A lot of money. People decided to join, spend and all of that. And she was just in the comfort of her room.
Especially
with Zoom.
Girls who don't know how to cook.
Yes.
So they just go on
YouTube. Yes. And she's showing them what to do. You understand? How to pour water, how to put Maggi, put all of that. And so the educational part is very, very, very important for me. And then the other part is also the ability to connect with the other world. I mean, beyond Africa to Asia, to Europe and all of that, the ability to be able to connect. This has given us the ability to do that now. Before now, it is when you get there that you get there. But now, you can actually be there while you are here. What I mean by that is your mind is there, you're conversing with people there and all of that. So it gives that connection, it gives that educational opportunities and many, many more opportunities to learn, to make money and do many, many things. There are young people today who are hosting websites, who are owning websites, who are founders and CEOs of companies, and they are doing amazingly well from their rooms. Some from some offices here and there, but they are doing fantastically well. It is not every young person that is into Yahoo. I tell people all the time. And if you can think deeply, You don't have to do Yahoo to make it in this digital age.
Yes.
No. You
make
don't
more
have
money
to.
when you are not doing
I'm
Yahoo.
telling you, sir. you don't have to. I mean, it's just it's in the past. So there are too many skills that you can learn on YouTube, learn, on so many other platforms that can give you an advantage in life. So that's it for me.
Okay, so what are the areas you think the youth can benefit apart from all these issues that we have spoken about? In digital transformation, what are the benefits there for you to take advantage of?
Okay, in the digital transformation, for example, they have some freelancing jobs that they can also venture into, all those internship jobs abroad. Some like what he mentioned, people living in Nigeria and they're working and they're earning dollars, right from US, working for people. So there's a whole lot that they can also
you have experience of specific skills that you know that youth can take advantage of, even the older ones.
Yes, currently, like artificial intelligence, in fact, creating of images, AI videos, and just ordinary. Recently, this baby dancing, this baby is dancing, it's creating so much view. And when I saw it, I just went online and asked, okay, how can I also create something like this? You understand? So with this AI that we have currently, we can learn a whole lot. Now I don't use Canva to do my design again. I use AI to do my graphic design, just with prompts. I know how to go around my way.
So that means you have unlearned.
Now, all I just do after that, I'll just take it to Canva to just do a kind of little editing, because at times, it gives you some.
Yes.
So that's all. So now I've stepped up, in that area. Also, video editing, videos. So much that you can learn now on this space. Parents need to just step up, and also the youth, and they are doing so well. Like I told my children, I said, it's there for you to really make money. I know how much money I've made in this couple of months, just because of I can do all of this. So we just need to be intentional about it. We need to be intentional about it. And also parents, I also want to add that parents need to just be reasonable in teaching their children this and encouraging their children, and they also need to be ready. One thing is for parents to be ready and to know what is the right thing to do. Like I mentioned, there needs to be like a form of advocacy.
Who should do that advocacy?
Okay, like you mentioned, maybe National Orientation Agency can do that, maybe other agencies too. At least we maybe during
mention those agencies actually.
Yes. NCC is there. NIDA is there.
We have NASETEN.
Yes,
NASETEN. We have NASENI. We have NABDA.
NABDA is
There's so many.
Yes, Nigeria Computer Society is there.
Even Nigeria Police.
Yes, Nigeria Police.
Okay, so
yes, they can do it. Yeah, Nigeria
we have
Police.
Nigeria Immigration Service.
Yes.
Nigeria Army.
Yes.
So there are so many. So they should carry out this kind of advocacy.
When we are doing the NCA news channels,
yes.
And then do something and let people start. I need to learn. I need to start learning. I need to start learning. And like in November, was it November? You remember? I had a webinar on our ready parents that are ready set. Parents that are ready for this STEM ready parents. And that conversation was very robust. That people they even want us to have more of that conversation, that parents need to be abreast of what is happening, in the digital age. So we need more advocacy. And when we keep, talking about it, I know definitely the particular agency one day, and our host here, I know he has access to some of them. So we are sending you, sir, to help us talk to them.
Just speak to them. They're watching you.
Good. So, but you have more access to them, sir. So that at least they can help us do something about this, and we can overcome it.
Okay, so as we round off now, your last question is what would you say to government to correct some of these anomalies?
All right, sorry. Let me just told the part of the advocacy thing and add one or two other agencies. I think NGOs can also do a lot with that. Churches, mosques, religious organizations can also go because I mean troops of people every week troop into our churches, our mosques. So we have them ready there. And anything we say to them as pastors, as religious leaders, they listen. So we can use that tool that we have to also pass the same advocacy to them. And like I said, there are a lot of NGOs. Instead of what you mentioned they were doing, can we switch now and start looking at how we can actually encourage parents to learn, relearn, unlearn, and all of that? So back to the government, what I would say is we have a lot at our fingertips. The government has the money, the resources, the people, the connection, the network. They have everything. Can we just make judicious use of all of the resources we have in order to make sure that parenting, becomes better in this country? And because the truth is, like what she said the other time, is not just because of today, it's because of tomorrow. We are thinking of the next 10, 20 years, the next decade, the next 20 years, the next 30 years. What will become of Nigeria? There are still laws that says certain things are not allowed in this country. What if in the next 20 years, some people that we are raising in our homes and parlors now stand up and say, we cancel all of that? Who are going to be senators then? Who are going to be members of House of Rep then? But no values, no value system. So when they rise up in the next 10, 20 years, are we sure we'll be proud of them as grandfathers now, or those who have gone beyond this age and all of that? Are we going to be proud of that generation? So we should think of posterity and put everything in place, put all the necessary resources and everything, the connection, and make sure that you use all of that to make sure that, we get these things sorted. And then when we travel out of the country, what do we learn? It's the truth. What do we learn? And when we learn, do we then come back to say, oh, we picked these lessons. Can we do the same thing here? At least I learned in terms of digitalization in several countries that I think it was Japan that went to America to understudy. They send their own children there to understudy them and then come back and do the same. That's a country that is thinking. And today, when it comes to technology, of course, you cannot push Japan aside. So it's important for us to know that when we go, send our children, then let them learn, come back and give them an enabling environment so that they can also thrive in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the show for now. Trends with Global is the show. You can now just log on to our website and then also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also get us at Instagram, X, formerly Twitter. Facebook is also there, and not forgetting the new wave that is TikTok. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Bayero Agabi.